Greetings, Mindful Reality. It's your boy Mark. I was just talking to my neighbor. My neighbor's a cool guy, man. I like him. He's probably about my dad's age. He was friends with my dad, kind of. When I say kind of, I mean my dad was friends with everybody, but I mean, he was cool with my dad. They used to talk quite a bit, and I'm thankful for him who lives downstairs, and also the neighbor on my. Let me see. When I get out of my house, he's on my right. Two of them, two men who were both friends with my dad. That I'm not necessarily gonna say that they have taken up a role like that, but they're both fathers, and they're both people I respect, and they're both father figures. I don't know how to explain it, but like they're not necessarily father figures to me. Like it's not the type of thing where they're like, "Hey, son, come here, let me give you some father-son advice." But it's kind of a thing where I feel like they look out for me in some senses. Um, since the time that my dad has been absent, and we've talked more, I believe, since after my dad has passed than we ever spoke before. Before it was just more like a passing hi and bye, and now we kind of have a little bit more conversations. And I remember this particular one that I see more than the other one, because the other one is always going back and forth from Florida and North Carolina. He has multiple houses and cars and stuff. Hi Vicky. So this one, I remember when he was talking to me sometime shortly after my dad passed, and he was asking me, "You got any siblings?" I said, "Yeah, I got one." He said I come from a big family. He said I'm the last of, I want to say he told me 10 or 11 siblings, and all the rest of them are gone. And you would never know when you meet this guy because he's so positive all the time. I never see him looking stressed. I mean, I have seen him once or twice. Everyone gets stressed, but I'm just saying the average person that you've known for, when did he move in? I want to say he moved in downstairs 2 or 3 years after we did. So I have probably an 8-year history with him. And to know someone for 8 years and to see them angry like once or twice in that span of time, and you don't know them from a setting where they have to be calm, because I just know him from living in the house under ours. So, he's one of the most steady people that I know. Kind of reminds me of cut of the same kind of cloth as my grandparents, to be honest. I know he's younger than them. Like he's more around what my dad's age was, but that same kind of old resolve where you look at them and they have such a way about life and about dealing with hard things that happen in life. I feel like I'm kind of that type of person too, but I feel like I'm also experiencing certain things for the first time. Like, for instance, my grandma has been on this earth without her parents since before I was born. They were gone years before I was born. So, she's been probably half her lifetime or close half of a lifetime with no parents, and I've been 2.5 years without one parent, and it feels weird. Like I was trying to think of a word for it, but it feels odd. It feels like your foundation is rocked, and you're like, when does that feeling ever go away? And I've heard multiple trains of thought of that. I've heard some people say, well, I've been without my parents for X amount of years and it never goes away, but you learn how to deal with the pain better. I think that that's probably going to be along the lines of what it is for me, because that's how it feels. All right, I refreshed. Jay Plays. Hi, Jay Plays. Hi, Embry. If I read any names wrong, apologies. Stadium Hopper. How's it going? Yeah, so that's it. I mean, um, it's about 50, 53 degrees. It's not that cold, and I'm not that wrapped up. This is actually a spring jacket that I have on. Um, this is a light jacket because I felt like switching it up. I could have gone out in my hoodies, but I didn't feel like wearing one of my hoodies today, so threw on a light jacket. And I wanted to rock my Raptors hat because I like this time of season. Like we're still kind of, I think we're pretty much still like fall. We get all the colors now, fall colors. And because it went from, come on. Okay, I refreshed again because I saw the viewers went from 18 to 0, so I kind of assumed that it froze. I've been off for a few days. Well, I shouldn't say a few days. I was off today and I'll be off tomorrow. Because tomorrow is Veterans Day. So, Veterans Day, that'll be my second day off. When I saw Veterans Day was on a Tuesday, I was like, it only makes sense for me to take the Monday off. Because then I'm going to have a 4-day weekend is getting, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, I made it a 4-day weekend. Oh man, is it freezing again? Hold on. I don't know if it froze again or people just left. Apologies if you were on here and it froze again. I refreshed it. But there's nothing you can do about those elements, to tell you the truth. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for whoever gave me those likes. I have 5 likes. I finally learned what hype points are. So thank you to anyone who has hyped my videos also. Appreciate that. I think now the video is fine. I believe. I want to say the video is fine. Doesn't look like it's freezing. I still see the numbers, so I guess the numbers of people on my video are just fluctuating at this point. So I'll keep it brief. If you are going through a season where you feel like nothing is going your way, there's something called the law of averages. Here's where I'm trying to sound smart and philosophical. You have multiple different things that go wrong. Statistically, something has to go right eventually, right? So some seasons, I repeat this story every once in a while. 2023, I had many different things happen to me at the same time or within the same vicinity and span of time. This bad thing and that bad thing, and there was just so many of them that I was just like, man, maybe I'm just doomed to survive, which kind of sucks. But while I was going through some serious things and said like, how you doing? And my answer was, I'm here. I'm here. Here was the most thing that I could say, any kind of positive for real. So anyways, to make a long story short, because it keeps freezing, that was a season where so many different things did not go my way. And that person was right, that eventually, it took a while, but my life kind of got back on the upswing. Things are generally pretty good now, and no season lasts forever. The good seasons you have, savor them, because they're not going to last forever. And then the bad seasons, weather them, because you know that you're not always going to be in that place either. So with that being said, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more great